After what happened to our dear Joel, this latest episode of The Last of Us left more questions than answers, really. And I'm here with the recap for you to see why. First, we see the devastation of what the horde of infected left and all the bodies. We see Tommy telling Joel's body, presumably, to give Sarah, his niece, his love. Then we see Ellie in the hospital plugged into a machine and she starts screaming, freaking out because of flashbacks of what happened to Joel. Now, fast forward 3 months. Now we see that Ellie got a lot better physically, but she still has to pass psychological evaluation. She just wants the therapist to believe that she's fine, but she just wants to get out of there. Gail, the therapist, tells Ellie about what Joel said during their last conversation about saving her. So she goes to Joel's house and takes his pew-pew, goes through his clothes, and cries. It was really hard to watch. Dina tells Ellie that she knows their names, where they're from and where they're going, but she didn't tell her before to avoid upsetting her while she was recovering because there was no point in her knowing back then. She believes Abby and her friends are part of a regional former Fireflies group named WLF, based out of Seattle. They talk to Tommy about going to get these guys in Seattle, and he says they gotta talk to Maria first and open a council meeting for the town to talk about it. Then we see a group of people walking with marks on their faces, and they communicate with whistles out there in the wilderness. This will become relevant later. At the council meeting, the vibe seems to be that several people are against what Ellie wants. Seth gets mad and says they shouldn't be forgiving of these people and that they'll come back if they don't make them pay. Then Ellie gives what I thought was a very good, compelling speech about how important justice is and that she doesn't want to do it for revenge, but because out there no one cares about the people in the town, so they should care for each other. The vote is 8-3, so the proposal is rejected. I was so disappointed. After, Ellie is getting ready to leave anyway. All she has is pew-pews ready, so Dina comes in well prepared with a list of all the stuff they need, a plan, and she says that someone in town is gonna help them get the supplies. And this person, ironically, is Seth. Yes, the guy that called them, before. On their way there, Ellie visits Joel at the cemetery. And she leaves some coffee beans on the soil by his grave. So when they're camping out there, Dina asks Ellie to rate their kiss. And then she says that she went back to Jesse, but she doesn't sound like their relationship is very fulfilling. Then they come across the people that communicate with whistles, and they're all unalived and on the ground. Right after, they see a post-apocalyptic skyline of Seattle, and in the very end, we see the WLF passing through the city with a lot of equipment and specialized vehicles.